Hello, everybody. It is Saturday, November 2nd, 2024. Local time is 10 a.m. In game time, where we are sitting on the pavement at ramp parking spot 10. I got us pretty close to where we stopped yesterday on leg 5. Because the tower's behind us, but it is 9 a.m. here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and we will be taking off today from here and landing in Galveston, Texas. Alright, let's go through our flight plan and all that good old stuff that I end up having to repeat later on in the stream for people that show up later. Alright, so we have... Again, we're on leg 6. We're the T6 Texan, livery 5. Our flight time should be an hour, 57 minutes. We're going 216 nautical miles. I gave us a full tank of gas. We should not need the full tank. Welcome in. We're just getting started. Alright, so we're departing from Kilo Bravo Tango Romeo, aka Baton Rouge Metropolitan Ryan. And again, we're in parking spot 10. We'll be arriving at Kilo Golf Lima Sierra Shoal International at Galveston. And I hope to be landing on runway 18. I wrote that down, but, things always change. We have no points of interest that I selected. We have our radials, because I'm doing IFR, I'm doing VFR under VOR rules. And I did delete, I deleted some VORs, but these are the ones we're using. We're using Echo, or, Lima Charlie Hotel and Mike Hotel Foxtrot. We have quite a few flyovers. Let's see if I can get this board in a better place. We got quite a few flyovers today. We've got 3 Lima Alpha 3, known as the Cost Construction County Airport. We have Romeo Alpha Romeo Uniform, Amendaville Airport. We also will have 99 or Niner Lima Alpha, Lawson Field. 3 Romeo 7, named Jennings. And then we have Lima Sierra 18, known as AG Aviation. We have 3 Lima Alpha 5. Open. Oh God, I can't. Open A1 something. I'm sorry, I can't even read my own handwriting. And we have Kilo Lima Charlie Hotel Lake Charles Regional. We have Kilo Bravo Papa Tango as Jack Brooks Regional. Alright, so those are all our airports that we will do flyovers of, and our VORs. Alright, and we're sitting here in our parking spot. So, I don't know. Should we go through the checklist? Should I go through the checklist, or should I just start up the engines and taxi out? Welcome in. We're sitting still here at Baton Rouge. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys did I give you guys the arrival airport code? Yes, I did. Okay. Little absent-minded. I went through all that stuff real quick. Alright. I'm gonna set you guys down. Let's hope this is not a bad angle. Let's see. Well, that's the best angle we're gonna get, folks. And I don't know how much of a good view that is. But alright, I'm going to go through this checklist. And I'll pick the camera back up when I give the plane back to the AI. Let's go through this checklist. We want to hit evaluate.
Parking brake. Set. Right fuel quantity indicators.
Ooh. I don't know what we're supposed to do, so I guess we'll just click this.
Check. Left fuel quantity indicators. Check. Fuel selector.
Left, right, off.
20 gallons.
Center.
Reserve. Flaps. Up. Landing gear. Down. Carburetor heat. Cold in. Alternator. On.
I lost track of the cursor again.
Off. All remaining electrical equipment. Off. Attitude indicator. Uncaged.
Alright, next list to go through.
Control stick.
Okay.
Full aft. Propeller area.
Well, I guess we are only doing the full aft test. Alright.
Clear. Throttle. Open half an inch. Mixture. Bridge. Prop RPM lever. Pin RPM. Battery switch.
Are these the battery switches right here? Let's starter.
As required. Starter.
Maybe this was the battery. Alright, starter. On.
Throttle.
Alright, we're pushing the throttle up. No matter what I do, the camera likes to focus somewhere I don't want it to be. Let's see. We flip the phone around. Oop, it doesn't like that angle. I don't know if that just cut the picture out for you guys or not. Let's see. Let's unplug it. And if anybody's actually been in here and trying to chat to me, of course I'm missing the chats while I'm getting us situated.
Oil pressure.
Alright. Check. Alright, Next, we want warm up. Now, I was having an issue yesterday with my keyboard commands. Well, I looked them up when I got off the stream, and I was correct in my first assessment yesterday about the pushback keyboard command. It was Shift P. However, it was not working
Fuel selector.
for us for some weird reason.
55.2 gallons. Right.
Alright. So this is before takeoff, so we don't need that list yet. Alright. I need to come up here to ATC. We will listen to ATIS.
Ryan Airport information, Kilo 14000 Zulu. Wind 081 at 6. Visibility 10. Sky condition, ceiling 600 feet overcast. Temperature 2 dew point 10. Altimeter 30.14. ILS runway 22 right in use. Landing and departing runway 22 left and runway 22 right. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact US Kilo.
Right.
Ryan Airport information, Lima 1.
Let's tune the ground. And, enable, what? Enable ignoring weather. Oh, no, we don't want to ignore the weather. What services could we do here if we wanted to? Request fuel. Well, we're not doing that. Let's get off the radio here. And we never actually did the startup for the engines. But let's see if I can get us pushed back today. Nope, okay. Alright. So, let's RB right. Alright, we've got our engine started. As the guy walks in front of me and tries to get himself chopped to bits. Alright. I'm switching it to the co-pilot to get our taxi clearance. Hopefully. Maybe not. Okay, so the AI is just going to taxi for us. I would have done it, you guys are in a okay position. I mean, I know you're not seeing everything.
Taxi 2 and hold short runway 1 tree via taxiway Delta, cross runway 4 left Delta, cross runway tree 1 Alpha, cross runway 1 tree Bravo 98178 tree.
My aircraft. I will handle the taxi. Let's get us some power.
Position
Brakes off.
98178 tree.
As we go through the guy on the ground. And we got an aircraft sitting off on our right. On a taxiway, maybe. But you heard them. We got quite a way to go. We got another aircraft sitting here.
98178 tree.
I gotta pay attention that I make sure I put the brakes on soon. And welcome in anybody that's watching. Sorry I cannot read any chats at the moment. Let me get us off the ground, and then I'll pick the phone back up and hopefully give you guys a better view. Okay, I gotta give this to the AI pilot because I need the call for us to get clearance for takeoff. I stopped there because I thought we were done. I thought we were at the runway we were turning. Thought we were turning right onto the runway, but apparently not. Do we have? Oh my god, we gotta go all the way around. Alright, so my aircraft again. Oh, yeah, we got a taxi all the way up to the other end of the runway, folks. Let's give us a little more juice. We don't need to be going this slow. I didn't know we were gonna have to go this slow. I'm gonna pick the camera up for a minute here then. I think I can handle the stick, the rudder pedal. I just gotta make sure we keep going a little, stay on the taxiway here. At least we got things going pretty good today, although going through the checklist, I don't know how accurate they are. I was having a problem last night flying. I was trying to use the Airbus A320neo V2, and my all my information screens were were black, like they didn't have power to them, and the ERB, your little tablet thing that you have in the plane, was not on either. It said it had power, but the screen was completely black, and I had brightness turned up on all the screens. So I don't know if there's an issue with the Xbox players having that, or if all players have that issue with the Neo V2. I had the same problem with V1. I'm gonna give this to back to the co-pilot. You're playing. As I let him make the turn, my aircraft. Okay. I thought maybe we had to make a call here. Your aircraft. I guess we'll let him taxi the rest of this, because I thought maybe we had to stop again there because we were about to cross the runway. Or I don't know what we're doing a lot of taxiing just to get to the runway for takeoff. And this runway looks rough. But there's a big yellow X here, so I don't think this is a runway that's in use. Looks like the AI pilot is powering up. No, we gotta turn again the taxi. Gee whiz. I didn't know we were taxiing all over the freaking place to take off. But I guess I should have known based on where I parked and which runways were in use. What did I say our flight time was again? See, I tell you guys all this info and then I forget what I say. Roughly 2 hours. Okay, an hour and 57 minutes. So that's once we're off the ground, I believe. Because with startup and us still taxiing, we're probably going to... It might be a half hour into this timer on the stream before we get off the ground today. Yeah, we gotta taxi all the way to the end of this run. Well, I hope people show up today. I'm glad people at least watch these after I post it. There's a good few that watch afterwards. I mean, I don't... It's funny, there's more views as soon as it's posted. Like, it says there's views as soon as it's posted. Versus people actually watching live. But, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know more of what I need to do or not do to get the community to show up and hang out with me. Welcome in. We're still taxiing before we take off from Baton Rouge on our way to Galveston, Texas. The AI, I think, is about to stop here and give us the call. Or call the ground. And once... Alright, I'll let him get us lined up on the center. I'll take control. I'm gonna set you guys down again so that I have the hands to do this. So, my aircraft. I'm gonna get us lined up here. Okay, brakes on. I'm gonna pull up the checklist because we were at... We need to do the before takeoff checklist.
Brakes. Hold brakes. Flight controls.
Okay.
Free and correct. Altimeter setting. Check. Fuel selector. 35.5 gallons. Left. Mixture. Rich. Flaps. Up. Elevator trim. 2 degrees up.
Alright. So, we want for normal takeoff. Flaps. Full throttle We got trims as required, and then takeoff. Okay, our takeoff. Any gear up? Okay. We want flaps down, full throttle, brake released. And away we go. Off we go into the gray blue, grayish beyonder. Off we go into these ugly skies. Apparently it's a cloudy day in Louisiana. Alright, nose up. Climb, climb, climb. Now I typically, when I'm doing these, I don't put the gear up till I have completely left the runway. And gear up. Gear flaps up. Go pilot. Your aircraft. Alright, folks. Now we got a town in front of us. You have Marydale. We got some air traffic today, and we are heading to Galveston, but there's Baton Rouge, but we have to turn around because I forgot to remove the radial for the airport. But okay, so Shoals International Galveston is 208 miles. Another town called North Highlands. Yeah, I think I forgot to have us. I believe I forgot to remove the radial at the airport. Alrighty. And, not a good day to actually be flying VFR. We're on VOR, so I guess we'll just keep following the signal. I don't know, I believe... Well, I wouldn't be maintaining this air. Okay, there we go. Now we're starting to turn. I wouldn't be staying in the air if I was in control. You know, guys. Some of these flights are not going to be beautiful, and we're not going to see what we want to see below us. That's what you get when you have live weather and stuff on. It looks like we're dropping altitude. Alright guys, I gotta put you down. We might have to do a slight cheat here. I gotta keep watching this. Yep, I'm gonna have to give us altitude. Ooh. What are you doing, AI? Yeah, LB, RB, and up gives you the boost altitude. Alright, I'm putting flaps down again. Because it's acting like it's my aircraft, isn't it? Because it is. Okay, okay. Co-pilot, your aircraft. That's why we started dropping altitude. Well, there was 5 minutes of flying that didn't need to happen. Alright. Hopefully I don't have to do the altitude thing again. Yeah, we're gaining. Okay, yeah. Apparently, yeah. So, I didn't actually have control. Or, I mean, I actually had control. No, I didn't have. I actually had control, not the AI. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. Well, yeah, I thought I had I thought I was in control, and it was the AI or co-pilot. But the co-pilot was not in control either. That could have been bad if I wasn't paying enough attention, couldn't it? I mean, I go crap. Are we getting altitude? Why are we going down? Don't tell me today with the co-pilot, the AI is gonna want to be a butt head. Is it going up? Very slowly. I don't know what's going on today, folks. All I know is it's a very cloudy day. So far where we're at. My little viewer counter keeps popping from 1 to 0. And I'm sorry guys, I keep yawning. I'm really tired. I didn't get much sleep. The dogs didn't want to come down to my room, so I had to go put them in their kennels in my parents' room for the night, and of course they just carried on barking all night. So, and I did sleep, but I would have slept better if they weren't carrying on. I would have left them in here with me in my room, but they didn't want to be in here. Alright, so we turned. We're heading to an airport. We're about to fly over something. I read off everything before, and I don't know if I can. I'm gonna do it again, but we got. Alright, we're about to fly back over Baton Rouge. Metropolitan Ryan. Yeah, we're flying over the runways. The very end of the runway over here. I don't think we were in any of the traffic pattern there. Alright, so here's our, I say flyover, but I must have actually picked it as a waypoint, so that's, Lacoste Construction County Airport. Zoom out. Just a little bit away from Baton Rouge. Don't know if we'll see much of this airport since we're actually gaining altitude now and we're in the midst of the foggy clouds weather. There's a bridge. You can see the sun's trying to come through. But it is very hazy in Louisiana right now. That I do plan to finish leg 7 tomorrow. Right now, of course, we're not too far into this stream. My elbows aren't getting pinched, nerved. The nerves aren't getting pinched, so I hope to be doing our last leg of our trip to the capitals tomorrow. I most certainly need to make notes today about some history and stuff of the Republic of Texas. I don't plan on adding many extra points of interest, and I think I'll just leave it at the capitals and the radials, just to make the flight as short as possible. Because the more I add in, the longer it will take us. Can we hit this? Okay, so at 33 miles, 32 miles, we have either an airport or the radial. What do we got down over there? We got Omni. Well, we were gonna hit with water too, so there was gonna be a lot of blue here. Okay, that's the airport behind us now. That was our first waypoint, right? Okay, so we're either gonna be hitting this Amarillo, whatever, I can't say that word. Or we're gonna be hitting LCH. And for some reason, I know what the reason is. This board used to be on a wall, and now it's the little stickiness is sticking to the little mat thing under the TV. Alright, welcome in. Welcome in, people. You can drop a like, drop a chat. What do we got over here? I'm not even going to try and pronounce that word, but there you go. It might be French. I don't know. And, well, we broke out of the clouds. But because of all these clouds, we might not see much below us. Welcome in. Welcome to our flight. We're still in Louisiana on our way to Galveston, Texas. We left Baton Rouge about 10 minutes ago. Drop a chat. Let me know who's watching. There's that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you want to see other content, or go to my channel, watch some other videos, and then decide if you want to subscribe. And of course, always hit that notify bell. I'm gaining subscribers. I'm not seeing that subscribe number going down. But yet I'm not sure how many people are actually watching my videos that are, of course, a lot more people watch videos that are unsubscribed to channels than watch, but I don't know how many of my subscribers still watch my content when it goes up. I mean, I'm getting views, so people are at least watching my videos, but there's no, I don't think the analytics ever actually break down, you know, your subscriber watch count versus your just watch count. But, we got a mess of clouds around us. See a little bit of the ground below us, but we're basically flying through the clouds today. We probably won't see much like we did on Leg 5 yesterday. I picked these waypoints in hopes that we see the airports I fly over and all that. But it looks like we might not be seeing much of the other airports on today's flight. And I mean, we wasted probably a quarter of a tank of gas just taxiing the takeoff. But I'm not doing anything real world. I don't have any of those other things that ding you for refueling in midair, which is not realistic, but I can always pull the menu up and top off the tank if we need more. But with only 216 nautical miles, we should have only needed like 75% of the tank full. So I wish I knew exactly what we're doing at this next waypoint, what it is. I don't know if it's the radio or the next airport. Welcome in. You know, chat's available. When let me know what y'all are thinking or what you're doing. We got 187 miles till we get to Shoal International in Galveston, Texas. Let's see, Texan history. Well, we'll talk about the Republic of Texas on our next stream. But in this one, let's see. You've got well, let's start with something that some people may or may not know. But if you're an American football fan, you might know this. But Houston had another team before they got their current team of the Texans. They used to be called the Houston Oilers. Now the Houston Oilers changed their name and location and now are the Tennessee Titans. sometimes on, I think, um, some of their home games in Nashville, the Titans will put on their Oilers uniforms. Um, Houston, Texas is also known for pro wrestler Booker T. Apparently, I need to listen to the radio instead of talking the whole time. Even though, I mean, AI is in control, but as we saw when we nearly got in an air collision, maybe I need to pay attention to what's going on the radio. Anyway, so when Undertaker, a character name in wrestling again, when Undertaker was in a new gimmick called Badass Undertaker, he would ride a motorcycle down to the ring and all this. He was billed from Houston. Let's see. Football, you've got, of course, you got Dallas Cowboys. And then Austin, Texas is the current capital of Texas. You have the most famous wrestler from the late 90s, early 2000s, Stone Cold Steve Austin. He lives in Texas, or he was billed from somewhere in Texas. I can't remember exactly where. Dusty Rhodes was from Texas. The late, great Eddie Guerrero was from El Paso, Texas. The Von Erichs, all from Texas. There's an actual tag team match called the Texas Tornado, which is basically a free-for-all. There's no really tag teaming. It's just everybody's allowed in the ring. You got, of course, the famous scary movie called the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Texas is one of our largest states in landmass, and that's accessible land space. Alaska is probably the largest state, but a lot of the land is inaccessible. It's all glaciers and high mountains. Trying to think, what else do I know? Baseball teams. You have the Houston Astros and the Texas Rangers. I can't remember where the Rangers are from. Granted, there is a such thing called the Texas Rangers. It's the U.S. Marshal Force for the state of Texas. Most famously known probably for the TV show with Chuck Norris called Texas, or Walker, Texas Ranger. There was a show, don't remember when it was, but it was called Dallas. Based probably in Texas, I would guess by the name of the show. You got the University of Texas. You got Texas Tech, Northern Texas. You got quite a few colleges. What else? Don't know anything about basketball teams. Don't know. I can't think of any AAA baseball teams. Of course, you have to deal with the border with Mexico and the border patrol issues that apparently happen I put that in air quotes. We don't know exactly what really happens on how people are getting across. I mean, across, not across. There's no T in that word. Um, oh, and, Texas. Texas is really famous for their oil. You got major military installation there, the Army at Fort Worth. Believe there's an Air Force base in San Antonio. I think it's Kelly Field is the name of the field, but I don't remember the name of the air base. Of course, the east side of Texas gets hit with the hurricanes, just like the rest of the Gulf does. In fact, Galveston is on a little land strip. I guess you could call it an island. I don't know what it technically is, but there's a little land strip separate from the rest of the state that Galveston is in. I don't know how long it is in distance or in width, length and width, but the little land strip. It's kind of like the Outer Banks of North Carolina. It's just a bunch of little land masses. But there's not much of a bay, whereas North Carolina, there's a bay between the Outer Banks and North Carolina. In Texas, there's just like a waterway, but it's not as big as a bay would be. I'm guessing the other thing Texas might get a lot of if you're in the northern little handle area on the west side is you probably get quite a few tornadoes. I don't know of any music people that are from Texas, and you would think there would be somebody that would be on the top of the top of that brain of mine thinking for something in Texas. Can't think of any country is where I was thinking there. I was gonna say Toby Keith, but he's Oklahoma. Alright, what do we got going on over here? That's our destination. I don't think we've hit this point yet. Looks like the clouds gave way for a bit. But that doesn't mean I'll be able to show you guys much of anything. In my opinion, these videos might be more entertaining in a rewatch if you guys join in on the chat with me. Just saying, to those of you that watch this on replay, look, I almost always put out a notification on the community tab of when I'm going live. I don't know if you have the notify bell on, whether you get that notification or not. But always check. lately, I mean, it's gone down with my videos being going out, but, um, I think I'm posting something every day. Even on a day I take off of, not really doing anything. I've probably prepared something and put it on the schedule, and it's going out. I think, I don't know about this past week, but I almost always have something coming out on a daily basis. And the only thing I report in the community tab is when I'm going live. I don't have a schedule other than I used to be making 3 videos a day. Then this past week I finished up, I think I finished up my train sim I was going to do, and I'll probably do that again this week, another route, and train sim videos. Oh, you guys are getting a close-up view. I've got to fix something. Oh my gosh. There we go. I know that was a terrible view, guys, but you know, whatever. So, yeah, my videos are scheduled a little different than it was earlier in the last month than it will be for November. We're slow. We've got what? Today's the 2nd. 17 days left till we get 24. I've been trying to rack my brain to come up with a final episode for Flight Sim 2020 that I want to do on the 18th. I again, go watch my shorts if you care to, but I've pre-ordered my Aviator edition, and and I don't know, from what I understand, the 2020 planes aren't gonna work like they should for 2024, and you might have to change to Legacy in order for your 2020 planes to work in 24. But I got the Aviator. I'm gonna have plenty of planes there still to choose from, plus whatever is in my library here. Here there's 113, and I think it's actually probably 111, because I think 2 of my planes got duplicated somehow when I bought the deluxe edition. Anyway, so I'll have plenty to choose from, so if something's not working right, I can always change. But I do not have a need to continue playing with 2020 come the 19th. If something doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm spending $218.49 for Aviator Edition. Yes, that's a lot of money. And I don't know if it's gonna actually get reduced, and I'm gonna pay less this month when it's released, because I had some of the aircraft that are coming out with the pre-order package I ordered. I don't know if you get a discount, like they take out what you've already paid for previously, and so you're not paying for it again. I don't know if they're gonna do that. You would hope they would. And I'm hoping to get into the career mode and showcase that on here. We got an American airline above us. But I don't know. Well, every time I set you guys down on the stand, you still see what's going on the stream, but I can't interact with anybody that's watching if they chat. Thank you for sticking around, the one person that's not blinking in and out right now on the counter. You've been here for a couple of minutes. Thank you. But yeah, it's not a good view, right, you guys? I mean, that's the view. It probably looks terrible. the reason why I don't like doing that a whole lot. If I could come up with a solution to where the phone was far enough away from the TV and at the right height, I'd be hands-free from the camera and I'd be able to do a whole lot more stuff. Other games. Longer videos and longer live streams, because live stream can only go as long as my body can go, basically. Or, well, in this case, as long as the battery holds out on the phone, too. And I just realized I didn't even have the controller in my lap, and that's bad. Because, not that I'm doing anything, I mean, co-pilot's flying. Well, folks, I rattled off all the airports in the beginning of the stream, and unfortunately, I don't know what we're flying over. Alright, so we're about to hit Lawson Field, which was further down my list. Where was that? That was right here, 99 Lima Alpha. Okay, so we missed the Amadilleville Airport, and you know what's bad with you guys seeing my handwriting? Is I can't even read what I wrote. And of course, dry erase markers don't always make things legible very easy, especially when you're trying to write smaller. But so we passed. That must have been the last waypoint we passed, was the other airport. Because, yeah, Lawson Field. In 5.20. So is it in 5.6 or 5. Okay, whatever. I don't have two airports next to that really close to each other, so I know there's not two there. Alright, we're just over 1 hour on the stream time. And it took us about almost nearly a half hour to get off the ground. But that's I guess if you're going through procedures and taxi and you're not just going straight to the runway, you gotta give like 30 minutes just to get off the ground. But shutting down does not take nearly as much time. Just a second. Alright, there we go. Sorry, I have to take care of something. And I need to get a drink, too. Hello, welcome in. You know, chat's available. Say hi. Give me an idea who's watching today. We are about to hit the third airport I put on my waypoints on our trip to Galveston, Texas. So, I've already talked about everything I can think about for Texas, so I guess definitely tomorrow, if I can do this tomorrow. That's if my elbow doesn't hurt. Then I need to take a break tomorrow. Because I hope to do something else all week next week. Anyway, so tomorrow today I talked about stuff I know about Texas. Tomorrow, like I said, today when I get off the stream, I need to go use Wikipedia, which is, I know, not the most reliable source for information. But, pull up some history about the Republic of Texas. And make some notes on the smaller dry erase board to talk about tomorrow. There's one thing I gotta find in-game when I do my, plan my flight later for tomorrow. And that's, so, the Republic was only around for 10 years, and they had 5 capitals. Basically a capital every other year. And I'm gonna have to do a custom waypoint if I can find the city in the game map. And then I can remember what that waypoint might be. I'll write down the waypoint name, but whether I know where it is when we pass over it, because it'll just say custom, which I guess would be a good clue to know which one it is, because it'll just say custom, and none of the other ones will. All right. Okay, we're about to hit Jennings. Is that the next one that was on my list? Yep. 3 Romeo Juliet. 3 Romeo 7 is the Jennings. Alright. We're doing good today. I did pretty good, I would say. I got us off the ground. I handled some of the taxiing. I did the takeoff. Did a little more flying than I thought I was doing, because I thought Copilot had the controls. Go to find out I still did. I had to use the what do we want to call it? The altitude gain feature, because I thought the AI was gonna crash, and that's when I found out I was still in control. But so I stopped this from skimming the trees, and then I got the AI and gave it to the AI, and they've been in control since. And I have stresses turned on. I have limited fuel. The fuel is depleting. This aircraft is only supposed to go to a ceiling of 15,000, yet the AI likes to go above that. In fact, we were at 500 feet above this airframe's durability a couple streams ago. Ooh, gosh, I'm sorry, you guys. I am really tired. I went to bed late, but that's not the reason. I normally don't go to bed or fall asleep till about the same time I did last night, but I had to listen to dogs carrying on from the other room all night because they didn't want to behave themselves and lay down on the floor in my room. And Shadow wanted to tell me it was bedtime at 8 p.m. My parents go to bed really early. I mean, I guess it's a thing. I don't know, but it seems like the older people get, the earlier they eat and go to bed. The only time I went to bed maybe 9 o'clock is the earliest. But, I don't know. Why, as soon as you hit a certain age, you just... but what's funny is, of course, my parents get up really early. Even on the days my dad doesn't have to report in, go to work. He still gets up at like 5:30. My mom, who doesn't really have a job, I mean, she thinks taking care of me is a job. It's like I really ask her to help me do much. But she doesn't work, but yet she gets up at like 6:30. I'm like, why the hell do you get up so damn early? And she says it's because the dogs wake her up. And the dogs wake her up because Dad gets up at 5:30. He doesn't have to leave for work till like 7 o'clock in the morning, and he gets up at 5:30. And all he does is come out, go out to the living room, and fall back to sleep for like a half hour. Oh, and he takes showers a lot longer than he needs to. He should only have to be up by like 6 o'clock. Maybe you could probably get up at 6:30 and still leave, get dressed and everything, leave for work on time. But so the dogs didn't know what to do last night because Mommy wasn't here, and I didn't want to go to bed at 8 o'clock. And so with Shadow barking at me, I'm like, fine, you want to bark? I'm going to go put you in your kennel box in Mom and Dad's room and close the door. So, but then they carried on all night because Mom wasn't home. I mean, he carries on regardless when he's in the kennel. Elsie was still carrying on, and I think she was only carrying on because Mommy wasn't home. They are so attached to my mother, it's not funny. They don't know what to do when she's gone. God forbid something happened to her, because Dad and I would be drove nuts by the dogs. I just hope they don't what do you call it? Involuntarily volunteer me to watch the dogs anymore. I'm not doing it. Dog makes a mess on the floor, then I'm gonna get yelled. You know, that just is a whole bunch of crap. I'm not big on kids or other people's pets. I don't want other responsibilities other than to be responsible for myself. And I can get very I get annoyed very easily, especially when I'm trying to do I'm trying to do my own thing. I've got my own schedule. I got things that are important to me, and I don't like people changing up stuff on me. I think most people could understand that. No, I can't stand kids. It's just, I can't explain it, other than my nephew likes to always scream, and it really hurts my ears. Dogs barking, just, yeah, hurts my ears. Stepping on dog toys. Okay, I'm legally blind, and my mom's constantly telling me to look at my feet when walking around the house. I'm like, and this is an issue all my life. My parents have treated me like I can see. Some people treat me like I can't see. So I've always gotten a mix of yay and nay. And, you know, maybe, if I, you know, it's just, stupid dog leaves toys in the middle of the hallway. And the hallway's dark. And they're not soft, squeaky toys either. They're rawhides and dentobones. Things that hurt when you step on them. I'm sorry, you guys, or who you guys that watch this later, and the person that's hanging around right now. I guess I'm entertaining enough, but I'm sorry. I'm basically bitching about life, but I suggest you go back there and try to live with your parents and deal with all their crap and rent a room from them and basically have no rights as a tenant. Oh, they think they're like, we're doing you a favor by living here, and I pay them rent, and then like, all the stuff we do for you can at least watch the dogs. I'm like, yeah, okay. All I ever really do is ask my mom to take me to where I need to go, because, I can't drive. And I avoid asking her to do stuff. I actually ask my brother. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate my parents. I just wish they'd get off my back. I pay rent for a bedroom that is not really mine. My mom comes and goes as she pleases. I don't know about other families, but I think that's a little strange. I pay rent here. You get out of the room, or at least not like I've been recording videos and she just comes in and does stuff. She doesn't even pay attention to what I'm doing. But yeah, I don't know how other families work when their adult children have to live with their parents. Now, yes, I could have moved back out a few months ago. Maybe I could have moved somewhere else, but every time I move, it's another stress. Loading up my stuff, it's just extra stress, and I might be my brother's wife's in-laws have land that they're building houses on, like little cabin houses, and I'm supposed to be moving out there when my brother and sister-in-law move out there. So I'm like, I'm not gonna move now and then move again in 2 years. It's just another headache. So I kind of give myself my own hell because I didn't leave. But I also never really leave my mother's antics because she does help me with stuff, and mom's very OCD about cleaning, and well, she OCDs my wherever I live. So she still comes over and does what she wants, no matter how much it aggravates me. I think it'd be worse if I actually gave my mother a key when I've lived on my own, and luckily the first time I lived on my own, she did have a key, but I lived like 45 minutes away, and it wasn't something she was just gonna drop in every day. I actually have a better relationship with my mother when there's more space between us. Living under the same roof just makes her more irritating to me. Seeing someone once a week or every other week is a lot better when they've caused you emotional abuse towards you all your life, along with verbal abuse. And I'm going into personal stuff here. I try to avoid it, but I'm just trying to fill the space with stuff that's on my mind, and I've already told you everything I know about Texas for now. And I'll tell you more about Texas on the next stream. But, I mean, these clouds look quite interestingly poofy today, don't they? I haven't checked in on what we are doing, so let's see here. What do we got going on? We've got open, open, open. 8 miles away. Something at 10. We got quite a few things coming up. It looks like, but open. I gotta. Let's see here. Oh, 3 Lima Alpha Sierra? I think that's Sierra. It's either that or it's 5. Okay, so open A1. I have no idea what that last word is, and I don't think anybody could tell me in chat what it is either. Or in the comment section later. I forgot what I wrote there again. I was trying to write it into that space that was left, and dry erase marker is not the best at the fine tip stuff, and when you're legally blind, trying to read your own handwriting is also a fun chore. I would rather have, and I don't know if I'll ever get enough money saved up. I need an iPad that I can stream from, or either use as a notepad and stuff. But if I could stream from the iPad, I'd be able to use my phone to look up information, watch my own stream while I'm live, stuff like that. I thought about maybe getting a cheap phone from like Walmart or something, 50, 60 bucks. You know, I don't need a data plan. I just need a phone where I can charge it and have the capability to get on the internet with it. So I wouldn't need a data plan. I wouldn't need a phone plan. Just so I had a second device. It would be helpful. I mentioned this maybe in another stream, but I said I wasn't thinking, I wasn't sure if I'd ever monetize, and I've thrown the idea around. In my head, I don't know how it works. Pretty much the only money I get is from Social Security, and they only want you to have so much money, so every time I go to try to make money, they take money away from the check they give me, because they really think that people can live off of what they give us. Trust me, we can't. Well, I do. Let me put it this way. I live pretty middle class for me. And I know I'm like the lowest of the lowest rung, other than someone that's homeless and has no money. But when you're collecting less than $1,000 a year, or a month, not a year, God, that would be bad. But I don't have car payments. I have insurance, medical insurance, because of my Social Security. So I have very few medical copays and out-of-pocket expenses that way. Basically, when I lived on my own, I had utilities, rent, cell phone, internet. And then, and then whatever games I wanted to buy when I wanted to buy them, I had to plan for that. I smoke cigars, so I've learned to roll that into my budget and make sure I have enough money so I have at least one cigar a day. And that's what I said. I live pretty middle class. I had all the food I want. I bought all the food that I needed. I had cable, internet, a cell phone. I had all this stuff. If someone came to me, or Social Security said that they were doubling all our checks, in January from whatever they were gonna pay it. They're gonna pay us. Um, you know, I wouldn't know what to do with another, basically another check. I would probably end up getting myself in trouble because then I'd just be spending the money left and right. Um, which is basically what Social Security kind of makes you do. Social Security only allows you to have $2,000 in your account. So I'm not allowed to own property without it counting against me. I can't save up money without them taking money away from the check that they give me every month. So that I was taught going through the rehab center in Richmond, Virginia, rehab center for the blind, was that I was taught how to do the finances stuff. And we were told to try to save up 3 months worth of your income for emergencies. Well, I can't do that. 3 months of my income equals more than $2,000. Which means it leads to you doing things you shouldn't have to do, like spending your money or other things. I'm not going to say on stream what I do or anything like that, because if Social Security ever watches this, then they're going to investigate more. But, no, I mean, like, I have to give money to other people, or, like, people... Okay, for instance, there's nothing wrong with this. I pay my parents rent to live here. My mom takes a portion of the rent check and actually uses it. The rest of it, she puts in an account with her name and my brother's name on it for whatever expenses need to be used for me. That's what I've got to do in order to actually save up money. Is I can't save up money. I have to give it to somebody else. It's crazy. It's the stupidest part about the government, the Social Security giving me a check. I'd rather not take the money, but, I don't have a job, and I think mom and dad don't want me to be their dependent anymore. And I wouldn't know what to do without a check, if I wasn't getting money and learning how, and still doing a budget, I would probably be lost with having to ask. Like, that would be like if you gave me a payee representative with Social Security and I had to start asking for permission to do stuff. It would just drive me nuts. It would. Like, I don't know why Social Security gets to tell me how much money I'm allowed in my account or what I can and cannot do with my money. I mean, and I've asked this to mom and dad. I said, when you guys worked, did your bosses tell you how much you could put in your account? In your bank? Did they tell you what you could and could not do with your money? I don't think so. The government, government's the government. They like to do their things, whether it makes sense or not. Like, I've gotten 2 different letters from Social Security. One says that they're taking money away from me. One says they're not touching my money. I didn't know what was going to happen until yesterday when I called to find out exactly how much money was put in the account. And when I call Social Security, one person says we did something right. Another person tells me we did something wrong. So you can't even trust them when you talk to them or go in person. It makes things really confusing and frustrating. And 2 people have been here for a while now listening to me rant about how sucky the government can be. So, you either find me talking about this interesting or you agree with me. If you agree with me, give it a thumbs up. No, I'm kidding. Don't do the thumbs up just because you agree with me. But, let me know in chat. Chat's there. I'm only talking about aggravating things like my parents and the dogs and Social Security because I don't know what else to be talking about today. Man, the Gulf of Mexico must be having some really shitty weather this weekend. It was cloudy yesterday when we left Mobile, Alabama on our way to Baton Rouge, and we've pretty much been in the clouds today on our trip to Galveston. Which, exactly where are we? Well, we have a waypoint in 35 miles. And we'll hit, and Shoal is 92. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Why do I, yeah, it does. So we've flown over quite a bit of our airports that I put in, and our radios. We haven't had many radio calls, but let's see, what would this... This next waypoint could be Kilo Bravo Papa Tango, known as Jack Brooks Regional. Oh, excuse me. Or it is my radial Mike Hotel Foxtrot. I'm surprised we haven't had more radio calls, but of course usually when they call I'm talking over it, so... That looks like a waypoint marker, not the radial. I haven't seen a radial, but I know we've flown them. Or I know they're here to hit. We got an... I don't know what ASH stands for. ASH 6119. And I don't have multiplayer on, it's just AI traffic, so we won't be seeing any A380s in my stream here today. We're on Houston Center. So tomorrow we have to leave Galveston, and if I find that waypoint, I need to custom add in. If not, we'll be heading north, and then we'll head west. I really wish I could have flown the capitals of the Republic of Texas in the order that they were the capitals, but that would be going back and forth across the state. So we're just gonna hit them in the most logical order, and that would be Galveston, Texas was the first logical stop to make. And I don't know if I can switch to anything else and read you the information without screwing up the live. But I'll go through the history of the Republic tomorrow anyway. So, what do? We're just over an hour and a half. And this flight's supposed to be 2 hours long. We just might actually hit that time frame. What it was sold at? 86. Okay. I thought I missed something. I thought somebody said something and I completely missed it. I guess not. Just me wishful thinking. It was the learn more box that always shows up on the text window when I keep pinching to zoom in. And it was fading out. That's what I thought. Maybe someone had said something. Well, I'm glad to see 2 people have dropped in and are sticking around. Um, Again, I wish you would drop a hi in chat. That way I know who's watching. No thumbs up. Usually I get thumbs up with views, but yeah. That like button doesn't get hit a lot. I'm sometimes the only one that hits the like button on my own stuff, so. Okay, we're changing Houston center frequencies.
133.898.17 Goodbye. Houston Center at 88178 16,700 feet.
Oof. So we're 1,700 feet above this plane's airframe's stress levels. Well, luckily we're not near any fuel concerns yet. But that's because I always top us off. I'm gonna start a flight, make sure I have enough fuel. Okay, so like I said, I believe this is that last airport on our waypoint that I wrote down. We're nowhere close to me calling in landing directions. No. Well, that little viewer number is just blinking 1 to 2, 1 to 2. But it's been a steady 1 for a while now. I need to get me another drink. My throat's starting to get dry. So, I don't know what else I'm doing today, other than I gotta prep for the next stream, look up some history and write down some notes to give tomorrow. I believe I'm holding out okay to go tomorrow. I'm constantly switching hands so that one elbow doesn't actually get completely nerve pinched holding the phone. And the flight, yeah, like again, the flight times the game told me 1 hour and 57 minutes in the air. I guess I don't know how it calculates the flight time, whether it's in the air or takeoff to landing. I don't think it's taking into account taxiing and the taking the pattern, going through the pattern to land. And well, I hope someone's still watching, although the counter is now saying 0. Now it's back to 1. that weird blinking thing it likes to do. Then again, maybe someone had to refresh the stream. I really wish I knew who were watching. Nobody wants to say anything to me. And so far, you'd think, I would hope I'd get people wanting to chat. I don't think I have any restrictions. I think the restrictions are up to whether I allow chats to stay on or not, or whether I block or ban someone or not. Right now, I don't have a bot. I don't know if you can do that straight from YouTube. I don't have a computer, so I'm only stuck with the YouTube app on my phone, which has limited capabilities, unfortunately. The YouTube app restricts stuff. And, you know, I'm not big enough to get to need any help with the stream so far. All there is cotton balls everywhere. Cotton balls, cotton balls, cotton balls everywhere. Cotton balls, cotton balls. They're all up in the air. And then you got thin layer clouds up there. So we're between layers of clouds. Now we're going to have to go down through this mess, which is probably storms. Okay, yep, there we go. So Jack Brooks was my last airport thing, and we are about to hit that landmark. And then, of course, Shoals is at 71. Now, there is... It looks like another marker right behind it. But, I'm not sure. Let me see if I can check. Phone's at 60%. And I like to go outside when I get off of these, so let me sit you guys down instead of you seeing weird stuff. You guys get just a very bad angle of the plane. Alright. Okay. Plug this in so I can get on my phone and do what I need to do when I go outside afterwards. I don't know if we're charging or not. Yeah, we are. Don't know how well I'll charge while we're live, but it's better being plugged in than draining the battery. And then figure out what to do with the phone charges. I don't know what I'm talking like this. I'm basically trying to entertain myself right now. Because apparently whoever's been watching got bored. Nobody loves nobody cares. I'm sorry. I know you guys come back and watch it later. It's just, and I'm thinking out loud, okay? I don't know if I should keep doing live streams or if I should just do these as my long videos and then upload them. I also gotta look up the next route I want to in locos I'm gonna make videos of for Train Sim World 5 this week. On Monday is probably, I don't have a day, like, I don't take a day off to think about what and plan my week or anything out. I just doing things, like, I knew I was gonna have this weekend, Sundays and Tuesdays are the days I almost always know I can stream, and then next weekend, I'll have, I may be able to be streaming Friday, Saturday, and Sunday next weekend as well. And that's just a rarity that I will have not the freedom, but I'll have the ability to do streaming all weekend next weekend. Along with, like I said, I hope to do Tuesday. Sunday is pretty much the day I am almost always gonna stream. Like I said, unless like on this today or next Saturday, unless my elbow's hurting too much, but I will almost always do Sundays and Tuesdays because I know I have the ability to stream for 2 to 3 hours without any interruptions. We got some double radio talk going on there. Okay, we've got something at 45. I don't know what's at 45. We hit the last airport, which then, okay, so this would be, it has to be the radial Mike Hotel Foxtrot, because there's nothing else. I've hit all the waypoints I put in. But it doesn't have the little radial thingy next to under it. That's what I'm gonna assume is at the 43 nautical mile point at 3,500, which I doubt we're gonna be down to. But we are dropping altitude. Don't know what V speed. Okay, vertical speed, we're going down 460. Flaps 0. Trim is 12%. angle of attack is 3, and we're pulling 1G. About 2,210 RPMs, and we are flying 105 nautical miles an hour. So I took a look at our next capital-to-capital flight. We'll be going from San Antonio down to Mexico City. I already got my random aircraft picked, and I gotta come up with what to do here because I don't know if Mexico has states, quote unquote, or provinces, but between San Antonio and Mexico City, we'll have to do multiple legs, so more than one trip, and hopefully that will be Tuesday. I don't know, because if I do one Tuesday, then Friday and Saturday we'll finish it up, and then I don't know what we'll do Sunday. I don't know if I want to not, maybe I won't do that thing on Tuesday. Maybe I'll take the whole weekend to do to Mexico City. So I wouldn't know what else to do on Tuesday's stream. Let's see, what's the date for Tuesday? Today's the 2nd. Tuesday's the 5th. I'm really trying to think. I know what I wanted to do with Train Sim World 5 this week. I might still be able to do that, but the new Boston route comes out on the 12th. I don't think I'll be getting it, unfortunately. I don't think I'll have the finances and to buy the new Boston route that's coming out for Train Sim World 5. And I'm not gonna have enough money to buy the Preston Carlisle West Coast Main Line, north, south, west. I don't know what direction that one is, but I'm not gonna have them. I'm probably not gonna have the money for those two pieces of DLC because of Microsoft Flight Sim 24. So I might have to get them in December and review them then. But maybe we can go from Providence to Boston on Tuesday. Maybe I can knock out doing those loco intros and stuff. That's what I'm thinking right now. Maybe I could do that Tuesday. Because I was going to showcase it before I did the route. The new Boston route. Okay, so yeah, we are gonna, this is the radial at 32 miles. And once I know we've crossed the radial, that won't leave much time. I might have to hit the active pause and do a radio call for our landing. And my live streams always take longer than the actual flight. We're closing in on that 2-hour mark for the actual flight time.
Climb and maintain 17,000 feet generic space Quebec Alpha.
Well, folks, what else is there to talk about? I kind of used you guys as therapy in this live. Sorry for, again, bitching and complaining. It's a nice day above the clouds. Below the clouds is a different story. Actually, back that way. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. That's all I'm gonna sing of that. And I did that with a different funky voice, so I don't need copyright strikes of me trying to acapella something. Although that would be hilarious. I can't sing in key. Or I used to not be able to sing on key. Or in key. I used to be very, I'm still tone deaf. But, apparently my dad says I can sing better than I did years ago. I was hoping that my random plane pick would have been something like a jet or an airliner, and I could have nailed that out in like an hour and a half. Got that flight done, but nope, we'll have to make multiple trips. Well, I mean, if it was an airliner. Excuse me. If it was an airliner, it definitely would have only been one trip. Some of the jets, it might have been a 1 or 2 leg trip. So, I don't know if you can guess what the plane might be. There you go. In the comments below. If I see comments between now, or when this goes up, and tomorrow, before I go live, I will give that person a shout out that gets close. I mean, you can guess at what aircraft I might have picked, but I already told you 2 of what it definitely might, one is, it might not, one, it definitely isn't an airliner. 2, it may or may not be a jet, it may or may not be a turbo, it may or may not be a prop. It may or may not be one of the other planes you get from, again, if you want to guess the plane, I have the Premium Deluxe, the Alice Aviation planes, the F-16, and all the planes you get in the Reno collection. So your props, your turbos, and your jets. And then, so, if you can figure out the plane, I can't give you a prize, but I just hoping maybe people interact in the comment section of this video when they watch it. Now, the comment section will always stay active, but I'll only pay attention to comments that are relevant between November 2nd and before 9:45 a.m. on November 3rd, 2024. Comments after that, there's no need to guess. If you watch this and then you want to guess what the plane is going to be for our San Antonio to San Antonio to Mexico City trip, I'll pretty much ignore the guesses after this video, and I might put that up again tomorrow because on Sunday stream, because when we go live Friday, maybe I can look back at the comments for those two videos and see if anybody got anything close. And it will definitely not be the T6 Texan. That is a definite not happening again. If the dice rolled and landed on me picking this plane again, I would have not. It would have been thrown out. It wasn't like I would pick a different livery. So it's not this. It's not an airliner. Because we got to do more than one leg. And I've not said how many legs the plane that got picked will have to do. But my flight planning for our trip down to Mexico is going to be different because I don't know about Providences, and I don't know if I can bunny hop from capital to capital, kind of like I did when we went from Richmond, Virginia, all the way to Baton Rouge. I don't know if we can. Well, no, I'm not going to call in the radio thing, but it might be close here. Because that's at 14, and that's at 30. The AI might actually be making the transmission. We do have some ground coverage here to look at. Welcome in. We're about to hit the last radial on our way to Galveston. We're about 30 nautical miles till we land. We got an aircraft above us, Southwest Airlines. I'm guessing is what SWA is. Alrighty. Yeah, we've had some interesting weather yesterday. We're not, I don't think we're actually in Texas yet. I still think we're in Louisiana when we hit this radial. I can't remember if we went into Texas and flew directly south, or we hit the radial near the Texas-Louisiana border and then flew south to Galveston. I don't believe we're actually in Texas yet. I think today I set the stream stuff up correctly, although for some reason I mark it as public, but then it goes private, and then I have to go in and edit again to make it public again. So I don't know. I guess because you gotta you're setting up your stream whether you want to make it public or um, private, which I think private I don't know if private will mean just to the subscribers, but yeah, every time I'm hit end and it goes to process it, it says that it's private. And I gotta go back in and do that, and I gotta go and add it to my MSFS 2020 playlist. I have been thinking of making the the Republic of Texas flights its own playlist. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave them in MS 2020 and create a separate playlist. And folks, I am sorry. I hope this goes good for you guys, but I have to make a trip to the bathroom. Again, I'm sorry, folks. Nobody's watching and on chat right now anyway, so I'm sorry, folks. I really got to do this. Alright, everybody, I'm back. What did I miss? Anybody here watching other than me? Coming back in? No? Alright. Get the controller in my lap. I think we need to make a radio call. Uh-oh. Okay, we want nearest airports. We want Shoal.
Tower Maddie 8178 tree, 11 miles north, 2,400 feet to land. Maddie 8178 tree tower. Altimeter 30.0 flight, 1128 at 10. Enter left base runway 14. Enter left base runway 14 Maddie 8178 tree.
Okay. Oh, we're getting rain, but let's listen to automatic weather.
Sierra Golf Lima Sierra, automated weather observation 160 Zulu. Wind 128 at 10. Visibility 10 in heavy rain. Sky conditions. Few clouds at 1,900 feet, 5,000 feet. Scattered few clouds at 900 feet. Temperature 27 Celsius. Dew point 10 Celsius. Altimeter 3006.
Alright. I might be pulling that back up here in a minute. Because, ATC doesn't like to call their radials. But, let's see, can we follow this landing pattern to the airport? Yep, there's the runway right there. Alright, so we are about to, on our way to Galveston. We are heading towards the pattern entry point to land. I don't know what these islands are called right here, but obviously that's probably out there in the nastiness behind me is, I believe, the Gulf. And we got this decent-sized island here. Or is that the Gulf to our north? Well, we are on that little bit of land between the mainland Texas and Galveston and all that. So I believe the Gulf is at our west, or on our left, which would be our east, so. And, we done gone over our 2-hour mark. Now I had wrote down runway 18 for landing, because that's what the pre-flight map showed me. And in case I had to choose which runway, because sometimes it says select runway, I would have chose 18, but we're landing runway 14. Maybe that's because we're on visual, and that is the runway for visual, whereas 18 might have been for IFR. Now, the USS Texas, I don't know where it is housed, but it's not anywhere near where we're flying. There's a boat down there. And, we probably need this view, because we should be turning here. We should be turning. Unless the AI pilot's going to do something strange. Oops. Okay. Is this the fuel select? No. Uh-oh. I gotta find this lever again. Manual fuel pump, landing gear. Ah, here we are. There we go, folks. Well, we needed to change tanks. That's one of the parts I don't like about the AI being in control, is apparently they don't know to change the tank over. Well, not because of the AI. One thing I don't like about the having limited fuel, the unlimited fuel turned off, is that the AI doesn't know to turn to change tanks, and I have to manually do that. And of course the AI is flying away from the enter pattern. And, I don't think I can handle this landing right now. So I am not gonna take control. Hey, Nate Wolf! Wolfpack in the house. Yeah, the storms cleared up, and like I said, we're just about to land in Galveston, and I'll be off here in a few minutes myself. Prep for tomorrow, because we got to do all the Republic of Texas capitals tomorrow. Oh, thank goodness we did not travel too far away from the pattern entry to turn. I swear, sometimes the AI pilot likes to go like 30 miles away and then turn back in, even in these tiny planes, and it just drives me nuts. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? That's when I take control of the flight, and it ends badly, though. It's always good to see the fellow Wolfpack in the chat. Now if we can just get more of them to come over here and watch me. But I think that's better left to you to decide, Nate. Maybe I need to do a stream on one of the days you're doing a short stream so you can tell people to read me. Oh, yeah, it looks kind of nasty over there to the, in that direction. Oh, nasty clouds. Looks okay right here right now. Ada said we had rain. I think that, but that was like 5 minutes ago when I listened to Ada's. I'm not about to try to figure out how to listen to it again. It didn't work right the first time. I wish I knew more about the history of Galveston, but again, I'm not pulling up individual histories for stuff. Best tip for growing on YouTube is to learn how the algorithm thumbnails and titles work. That near mid-air collision short I did got quite a few views. It got last I looked it was over 150 views. I didn't do much editing with that. I held the camera up to the screen with my playback on the TV and re-recorded it, the section I wanted, and then posted it like that. I was already talking when that happened, so there's no need for me to add anything other than, you know, the colorful language I already had said. Now we got another person that came in to watch this ending of the flight. Welcome in. Alright, the AI has been smart today and has put their gear down. Now, let's hope we don't have an incident like the other day where we were about to get clipped on our final. Oh, so the other thing on that flight, Nate, is as I took control to land, I realized AI had pulled my gear up, and I was 40 feet off the ground, and I had to go full throttle to go around because the Airbus that nearly hit me was landing in front of me, but according to air traffic control, they should have been lined up behind me in the pattern. So they jumped ahead of me instead of slowing down. And I almost didn't make it around to make the go around. But it looks like we're so far, we haven't heard any other traffic to look out for or anybody else in lining up. We're the only one coming in right now. Now, I don't know what it is about the AI pilot didn't make his radio call that he was on the base leg. And it's not that simple for me to go up there and type that, hit the button. Although, I need to make sure ATC knows stuff. But yeah, I can't do that with the one hand. Oop. I think I just hit screen record. I might be recording my landing. Find out when we get up here. Maybe that will be helpful. It looks like we fly right over the bridge on our final. Yep, okay, so we're turning to final. I need to put my fingers on the keyboard so I can take control. Although by me usually taking control, I've learned by the time I take control, don't touch anything. Just let the plane come down on its own. Yeah, I know. I know, I need to look into that. I set it off to the side earlier in today's stream on my phone stand off to the side, but then it kind of looks like this. which is not really good. I could do that temporarily, like when I had to step away or I gotta actually take control. And have both hands for the controller. I think this is the last point here. Now, you see how we're on the left side of that hash mark? Or the right side of it? I doubt AI would be landing me center. Alright, so my aircraft. That's dead stick. Didn't touch anything but the throttle. Let's see what landing rating I get here. A little bit of a jump. What was it? Negative 308. I mean, that's pretty good. One-handed landed. Alright. This plane and its rudder. Time for the AI to take control again. Your aircraft. I don't know. Now he's not going to move. Oh, for a second there, I thought the engine was cut off. Wait, what? Oh, you're gonna turn back to that taxiway. Okay. Crazy AI.
Ground Matty 8178 request taxi to parking. Matty 8178 taxi, general aviation parking, using taxiway Alpha Cross Runway 18 Alpha Bravo. Taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha Cross Runway 18 Alpha Bravo Matty 8178.
Alright. Now the fun part, I always have to pay attention to kind of where we parked to try to hopefully get some reference point so I can respawn us in the same spot we parked. It doesn't always work out. I don't know if I got started off this flight in the exact spot I landed and parked yesterday, but I was in the right area. Although, that taxi, we had to taxi all the way up one runway, across both of them, and down the other side just to take off. That was ridiculous. I should have picked a better parking spot. But they like to put the GA planes in the most awkward, the most longest taxis ever. I think maybe I got on the ground just in time. These storms are probably about to roll in. What are you doing, Co? What are you doing, co-pilot? Oh, we were told to hold. I see why now. Hey, fire truck, you're on the road. You need to be on the road. Well, we're about to crash into a fire truck. Sorry, Nate. Oh no, we just got right through them. Oh, we're parked here. Are we gonna... Oh, we still gotta turn it. What is... And we're gonna run into a fuel truck. Gee, we're just gonna run right through a bunch of stuff today. Yeah, hopefully that was something I think they were fixing for 24, that ground traffic is not where is out of the way of, and not whether they shouldn't be. We got some planes over here. I don't see the tower anywhere nearby, so I don't know what I'm going to be able to use as a reference point for popping into the right area, especially with the 2D map. I think this pilot's trying to get to where we're supposed to park, but having trouble getting there apparently. We'll just go through the grass. Now, are we lined up right to get into the square on this turn? No. No. Yep. Come on, turn. Turn, baby, turn. All of this AI truck. That is the weirdest spot for a fire truck to just be sitting. And we're in the parking spot. Alright, okay, let's zoom back out. I was hoping we could see what the, watch the guy guide us in, but, alright, so, we're gonna hit continue. Alright, we're already shut down, because AI's got it, but I will have the controls transferred back to me. Alright, so we're near a fire truck. That's a reference point I can use for tomorrow when I try to find the parking spot. Ah, the tower is right behind me, or an antenna. It's a beacon tower. That's not ATC tower. But, alright, folks, well, thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching today's flight. This was leg 6. We're in Galveston, Texas. Join me tomorrow as, yeah, I accidentally recorded. Join me tomorrow as we take our final leg for the Republic of the capitals of the Republic of Texas at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, U.S. Hope to see you then. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.